Okay, friends, today is Monday, the beginning of a new class. And we have many things pending, many things to do. And maybe this is a way of entertaining ourselves, taking some classes and making something different today. Our English class. The homework was one of the most important activities in English or in any other language. What is it? To speak in that language that we are studying. If you are studying Russian, to speak in Russian. If you are studying Chinese, to speak in Chinese. In our case, we are studying English. So today is an important day because I expect that my student can use the language to express their ideas. In this particular case today, the homework was dealing with with the speaking, but precisely speaking part 2. According to Cambridge standards, speaking part 2 is always a pair of pictures which you have to speak about, following certain patterns. It's not speaking by speaking, no, it's following certain patterns. And what is the pattern? They expect you to be able to compare and contrast similarities, differences, to compare and contrast the pictures if possible, to speculate about what you see in the picture, to speculate, and you have to answer a question that you have at the top. This is the characteristic of this part of the exam, speaking part 2, 1 minute, 1 minute, which is not much. Our pictures, our homework is about the pictures on page 125 in your books, in which you see the picture of a woman sneezing on a bus or on the metro maybe, or on a train, and you can see the reaction of the people that, around the woman. They are worried. Imagine with the problem we have nowadays, it can be something similar. The people are frightened around the woman. And in the second picture, you see a jogger. Maybe she had been jogging in the mountains and suffered an accident. Maybe it is a twisted ankle, or maybe it's just a blister because she was wearing new shoes, and this is characteristic of new shoes. Your feet are not adapted to the shoes, and you get some blisters in your fingers or the feet. That is. The homework was, kids, watch carefully what you are going to do, observe the picture in details, and prepare for the exam. Is there any volunteer to begin the exam? Remember, it is 1 minute, and my responsibility is to check possible mistakes and the time, because I'm always worried about the time. If I am not able to compare and contrast an answer in 1 minute, I don't pass the examination. So the time for me is essential. Volunteers for the exam. Yes, page 125, 25. A volunteer to take the exam.
Me, for example. I'm Laura.
Hi, Laura. Okay, Laura, give me a minute. Yes. 1, 2, 3.
In both pictures, we can see people who have a different problem. In the first picture, we see a girl that seems to have a cough, I think. And in the second picture, we see another girl who I think that she's in the mountain and she have a problem with the shoes or the mountain boots because she's in a way, in a complicated way, and she has a problem because maybe she's not a fit person.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, 1 minute. It's just 1 minute. We need to finish. See, we cannot take so much time, and it is difficult. It is difficult. We cannot take so much time in the description of the problem. Logically, sometimes you are in the exam and you don't know how to express your ideas, and then that's why you go around, because you don't know what to say. I understand this. That's the importance of practicing in class in order to avoid the stress of not knowing how to solve this terrible problem I'm facing. Yes, the only way of overcoming this situation is the practice. Practicing and practicing and practicing. Okay, Laura, the only problem you had is that you didn't finish in time. Is the only problem, because you were more or less, you were describing the situation little by little, step by step, but you have to be more dynamic. You know, it has to be faster. And there are things that I need to score the goal. Imagine that I am taking the exam, but logically you can think, yes, but you are the teacher. Of course. Yes, it's true. It's true. Yes, it is true. And what is the meaning of you are a teacher? It means that you are constantly doing this, right? Exactly that. And that's what, because let me tell you something. If I take one of my American friends and I take my friends here to this exam, maybe they don't pass. Because they can be hours and hours and hours speaking about the two pictures with no problem, logically, but they don't pass the exam because the problem is not speaking is, hey, compare and contrast and speculate and answer the question. Compare, contrast, speculate, and answer the question, right? Because this is to guarantee that you pass with excellent marks, right? I'm going to take my time. Let me try, because maybe I am speaking and maybe I'm not the example. Let me see. I'm going to mark 1 minute. Start. Well, in the first picture, I see a woman who seems to be, I am speculating, seems to be sneezing and coughing on a public transport. The rest of the people are frightened about that. On the other hand, in the second picture, I see a sport girl who has problem with her leg after jogging. It seems to be a swollen ankle. While in picture number 1, the woman is on a bus or a metro, I mean indoor, the girl in the second picture is outdoor. This is a difference, right? But in both pictures, similarities. Both girls are suffering something connected with health. It is important, the answer. It is important for both girls to solve the problem they have, because they can. If they continue with the problem, for example, the girl in the first picture on a bus or a metro, she can infect the rest of the people, her family, her friends, etc. And it is very embarrassing to be in front of the public coughing and sneezing. And it can be worse if she doesn't go to a doctor. It is important for her to solve the problem. On the other hand, the girl who is a sport girl, if she doesn't solve the problem that she has, which maybe is a blister on her feet or maybe it's a twisted ankle, if she doesn't solve this problem, she won't be able to continue practicing her sport. That's why it is very, my friends, I didn't connect the clock. It is not working. So I was not able to take the time. Let's begin again. Can any one of you help me with the timing? Because I was marking, but I didn't do it correctly.
Okay, I can put the time.
You tell me when I can start.
Okay.
Give me a second, give me a second. Friends, listen to my strategy. My strategy is to say something briefly about what I see in the picture, briefly, and then I try to find similarities, both pictures, and something different, while in picture number one, right, speculation, I don't see that the girl in picture number one has a cold, or has a, sorry, has is American English, has got, British, has got a cold or has got a flu. I'm not going to say that, which is possible. I'm going to speculate because I need the 0.5 extra mark. I'm going to say, she seems to have got, she seems, she appears to have got a cold, and I am guaranteeing 0.5, right? That is the trick. Could you please, Gloria, tell me?
Okay. Ready?
Yes?
Go.
Okay, well, in the first picture, I can see a young girl on a bus or a metro. She seems to have got a cold or a flu. On the other hand, in the second picture, I see a small girl. She seems to have been jogging in the mountains, but now she has a problem with one of her legs. While in picture number one, the girl is on a bus or a metro, I mean indoor. The girl in the second picture is in the mountains, so she is outdoor. It's the difference. The importance of solving the problems is that in the case of the woman with the cold, if she doesn't go to the doctor and receive some prescription, a treatment for that disease or illness, she can infect the rest of her family, friends. Okay, I didn't finish. I didn't finish. I needed to say the the importance for these people to solve the problem. I spoke about the woman in picture number one, but I didn't say the importance of solving the problem, the girl jogging, in order to be able to continue practicing sports, right? So imagine that I wouldn't pass the exam because I didn't finish. So do you see how rapid you have to speak? But some people think, yes, I have to speak very fast and I finish in a minute. Yes, you have to speak fast, but you have to say the things you have to say, which is a difficult exam. That's it. That's for you to understand how difficult it was for Laura to do it. Logically, it's difficult for everybody. We need to train and train and practice and practice. Is there any other volunteer?
Me, for example.
And who is me?
Celia.
Hi, Celia. Thank you for your cooperation, Celia. Well, are you ready?
Yes.
Well, 1, 2, 3.
In both pictures, we can see that the protagonist is a girl who has a problem, and in the first picture, we can see a woman who is sneezing and coughing, and in a public transport, like a train or a bus. And the people are have a disgusting face. And in the other hand, in the other picture, we can see a woman who probably was trekking in a mountain, and she has hurt his foot. Probably the two girls has to go to the doctor for have a diagnosed and examination.
Well, you see, it's 1 minute. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. 1 minute is nothing. The description and comparison of the picture was excellent, but you were not able to finish the question. See that, Celia? So you have to speak less. Okay. Imagine that, how difficult it is, no, to organize the ideas in order to be concrete. It's very difficult. So we have to practice again. Celia and Laura, thank you very much. Celia and Laura, I want you to know that finishing this class, as soon as I got a minute, I will practice it. I will practice this myself, because I cannot ask you to do it in 1 minute, and I'm not able to do it in 1 minute. That's not acceptable. So I have to practice too. It's not only you, Laura, not only you, Celia. I have to practice too, because it is important, right? Every 2 years, I need to take the exam in Cambridge. Every 2 years, because I need to be sure that I can do it. I cannot be an example for my students if I cannot do it. But you too, friends. You, Celia, you, Laura, take a clock or a watch or your mobile and control the minute and try to do it. Try to go to the end. That is, to compare, contrast, speculate, and answer the question in 1 minute. Because when you are doing this, you are training for the real exam. Friends, is there any other volunteer to take this oral exam and practice? People, brave people like Gema, María del Carmen, María del Prado, sorry, Alejandro, Jose. Come on. What a silence. A volunteer for the speaking test.
For example.
Good, very, very good, Alex. Thank you very much. Let me control the time, Alex. Give me a second. Are you ready, Alex?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Both pictures shows two girls with health problems in different situations. The first photo shows a girl that she got a cold and is in a public transport, and she's sneezing and coughing. The second photo shows a girl that has a problem with her foot, and maybe she sprained her ankle or had or her boot hurts her. The first picture is in a public transport and is in indoor, and the second picture is outdoor. The two girls have to deal with the problems, because if they can cure themselves, they can continue doing her jobs or her sports in the different situations.
Alex, fantastic, friend. Fantastic. And Alex, it was a very good idea to answer the question about the two girls at the same time. I didn't have that solution. It's a good solution. Not to analyze the importance of the first girl to solve the problem she has, and then apart how important it is for the second girl to solve her own problem apart from the other. No, both. Very good idea, Alex. You passed your exam, Alex, and with excellent marks. Congratulations, friends. Is there any other volunteer? Until now, Alex's exam is the best. Nobody? Okay, Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Celia. And thank you very much, Alex. Good exam, my friends. Congratulations. Let's see. Do you know that we finished our unit number 11? And today is the day to practice and practice and practice. I want to begin practicing listening. The listening we are going to use to practice today are listening part 1 with all the characteristics in the exam of listening part 1 and listening part 2. They are 4, but today we don't have much time. So we are going to practice speaking, the first part of the class. In this speaking part, Laura, Celia, and Alex participated. Thank you very much. And now let's go to the listening part. So the idea is to train and train like athletes every day. Well, this listening, really, what is it? The vocabulary. Thank you very much, Laura, my friend. The vocabulary and grammar review, yes or no? Page 138. Thank you, Jose. Let's go there. My God. Thank you, Laura. I had forgotten completely, Laura. If you don't mention it, we don't do it. So let's go there. Let's go to that page. Yes, here. And it says vocabulary exercise. Complete the sentences. Number 1, what is your word in number 1? Can you copy on the chat for me to see it? Diagnose for Celia. Nobody else? Diagnose. Yes, with the, very good. Yes, that's correct. Diagnose for Jose. Diagnose with the for Alex. And the rest of the class. Okay. Very good. Celia, Maria, Jose, yes, and Alex. Very good. Celia, take it. Have a look to diagnose because it should end in D, right? Is diagnosed. Maria is diagnosed. Okay, good. Now in number 2, what is the word that you used? Well, for Celia is cure, for Jose is heal, Alex is heal, and Maria is heal. Heal is the word, Celia, because you know cure is when you have an illness. You have an illness. You have a cold, or you have a flu, or what? You have asthma, or any other kind of health problem, you need a cure. But when you have an accident, you have an injury or something, it is healed. And it says, as long as you keep the cut clean, you see, there is a cut. It was an accident. So heal is the word. Cure in Spanish is curar. Heal is sanar. Well, now 3. What is the word in 3? Treatment for Jose. Treatment for Maria del Prado and Alex, treatment. And for Laura Diaz also treatment. Celia is treatment. And Gemma is treatment. Yes, friends, is treatment is correct. And in number 4, infection for Laura, infection for Alex, also for Celia, infection, yes. Yes, friends, correct. Infection in number 4. Yes, very good, Maria. Jose, infection. In number 5, it is a phrasal verb. Put on, Laura, put on, Jose, put on, Celia. Yes, friends. Yes, it is put on weight. And in 6, keep fit for Celia, for Jose, keep fit for Alex. Yes, keep fit. They give you keep, you have to write fit. Very good, Maria. In number 7, prescription Laura, prescription Jose, prescription Alex, Correct. The word is prescription, yes. Innate, cure Jose, cure Alex, and Laura cure, and Maria del Prado cure. Yes, it is cure. 9, check up Laura. In number 9, check up Jose, check up Maria del Prado, and Alex, check up. Yes, check up. Very good. And now number 10. What is the word in number 10? Get over, Alex. Get over, Maria and Jose Luis. Get over. Yes, very good. Get over. Yes, Gemma, very good. Let's go to the word formation. Word formation, exercise number 2. In number 1, the trouble is I what? What is the word? Misunderstand, Jose. Misunderstood, Laura. Misunderstand, Maria del Prado. The sentence is in past, so you have to adapt misunderstand to the past. Misunderstood, Celia. It is misunderstood because it is in past, the sentence. Be careful in the exam. In number 2, my mom and dad, and then you have the preposition of. Disapprove for Laura, disapprove for Celia, and anybody else? Disapprove for Maria del Prado, Gemma disapprove, Alex disapprove. Very good. Maria del Prado and Alex wrote disapprove with double P. Yes, it is with double P. Check it out, everybody. Disapprove with double P. Now, number 3, I felt very, with the quality of the food, very what? Unsatisfied for Celia, unsatisfied for Laura, unsatisfied for Maria. No, it's not in, it's not on, it's this. Dissatisfied. With double S, be careful, kids. With double S, we don't say unsatisfied, insatisfied, say dissatisfied. Yes, Jose. With double S. Number 4. Although she's a little blank, she's very keen and she tries hard. What is the word in number 4? Unexperienced, Laura. Inexperienced, Maria del Prado. Jose Luis, inexperienced. Unexperienced, Alex. Unexperienced, Celia. Inexperienced, we have on, well, it is in. But friends, there is a common mistake in all your answers. A very serious mistake. It is a mistake on. Yes, Celia, this is the big mistake. The at the end, because it is an adjective. So it is inexperienced. Inexperienced. Now, number 5, Luis goes to school even when he is feeling ill because he blank missing lessons. Unlikes Laura, dislike Maria del Prado, dislikes Jose. Jose is correct. Observe Jose's answer. Observe Jose's answer. Well, and Alex dislikes because he's present. And it is he, Luis. So dislikes. 6. Even though Sandra offered to invite Tony to lunch, he was to help her because her with her essay. I'm sorry for the willing Maria del Prado, unwilling Jose Luis, willing Gemma. Well, Jose Luis is the winner. Unwilling. Yes, Celia, very good. Unwilling. Wow, Jose. Unwilling. Reacio. Unwilling. ING. Unwilling. Reacio. Willing is, how do you say willing? Que tiene la voluntad de hacerlo, deseoso de willing. unwilling, reacio a. Now, number 7. It feels strange and blank to be chatting with my teachers on Facebook. Unnatural for Jose, unnatural for Maria del Prado, unnatural for Alex, unnatural for Laura, disnatural for Celia. No, it's UN. UN. Unnatural. Double N. Unnatural. 8. We got the answers wrong because we were given blank information by the teacher. Mislead Laura, mislead Maria del Prado, mislead Alex. Jose Luis is the winner again. Look, it is an adjective. ¿Ah? Porque la profesora nos dio información equivocada. Si es adjetivo, debe terminar en ing o ed, uno de los dos, que son los típicos adjetivos provenientes de verbos. Aquí es misleading information. Información equivocada, errónea, misleading. 9. I don't like to wear blank clothes even when I'm at school. What is the answer here? Unfashionable, Alex. Out of fashion, Maria del Prado. Unfashionable, Jose, in plural. O es, Jose, no. Unfashionable. The spelling, Celia, you need an H. Yes, the answer is unfashionable. Unfashionable. Very good. 10. My aunt sent me home because she said my behavior was blank in her home. What is the word here? Unaccepted, Laura. Alex, unacceptable. Maria del Prado, unacceptable. Alex and Maria del Prado, you are correct. Unacceptable, Gemma. Unacceptable, Jose. Yes, unacceptable. Now, 11. Teresa is quite blank, so I'm not sure if she'll turn up. Turn up. No sé si se aparecerá, si vendrá. Turn up. So, Teresa is quite unreliable, Celia. Unreliable, Laura. Unreliable, Alex. Alex is the winner. Unreliable. Poco confiable. Very good, Jose. Unreliable. Now, number 12. I want to know the truth. So don't be blank with me. Dishonest, Maria. Dishonest, Alex. Dishonest, Laura. Yes, friends, dishonest. Dishonest is the word. Dishonest, Jose and Gemma and Celia. Yes, these answers are correct. Let's go to grammar now. Grammar exercise. Number 1. The boy with broken arm is still in hospital. And you have to use is. Listen to the answer because it's too long. If you begin writing, it takes a lot of time. The answer is the boy whose arm is broken, and Cambridge gives you 1 mark for this. Whose arm is broken has the 2nd mark. The boy whose arm is broken has not left hospital yet. Check it out. Number 2. Did the doctor treat this injury? You have to use 1. Is this 1 the injuries? And now you can use which or that. You select which or that. I repeat, is this 1 the injuries which or that? 1 mark. The 1 the doctor treated? The 1 You can use which or that. The one which the doctor treated, the one that the doctor treated, or nothing. The one the doctor treated. So the complete answer is this one the injury? Did the doctor treat this injury? It must be singular, sorry. Is this one the injury? I'm sorry, I said injuries, but no, it's singular. Is this one the injury which, or is this one the injury that, or nothing? Is this one the injury, 1 mark? Is this one the injury? I think there is a mistake here in Cambridge answer. Is this one the injury which or that? But if I eliminate one, instead of is this one, if I eliminate one, is this the injury the doctor treated, or that the doctor treated, could be acceptable too? Creo que debería ir en plural, José Luis. Let me see. Did the doctor treat this injury? 1. Is this one the injury? Why in plural? Is this injury one of the doctor's? One, in that case, one the doctor treated is yes, here. Is this injury one of the? No, this is not possible, Laura. Is this injury one of the doctor treated? Is this one of the injuries? It could be that. Is this one of the injuries the doctor treated? Could be acceptable. You have to adapt it. Sorry. So you can say, is this one of the injuries? But I don't know the number of letters. You have the words. You have to count the words, because a maximum is 5, which makes things more difficult. So you have to check that. Is there any other problem that you want to check? Because this number 2 was a problem with all the classes. Well, now let's go to number 3. Everyone who lives in the town Paola comes from is very friendly. You have to use inhabitants. Paola comes from a town whose inhabitants, 1 mark, are all, 2nd mark. You can eliminate all if you want, and there is no problem. Whose inhabitants are, or whose inhabitants are all very friendly. Paola comes from a town whose inhabitants are all, between parentheses, very friendly. Where its inhabitants, where, yes, let me check it. Paola comes from a town which, where Paola comes from a town where its inhabitants, where is not, Celia. In Spanish, yes, donde sus, no. And why not? Where it's, no, yes, it's acceptable. Es que me parece estarlo escuchando todavía. Where its inhabitants are, yes, because you change who's for where, and now you use the possessive it. Very good, acceptable. Paola comes from a town where its inhabitants are very friendly. Yes, very good, Celia. But if I were you, I would copy the other option, just for studying, whose inhabitants are very friendly. Yes, good. For the teacher liked how Jan had answered the questions, and you have to use way. Jan answered the questions in a way, 1 mark, that which optional, between parentheses, you can use them or not, that or which the teacher liked. Now 5, his email left us in no doubt about his opinion, and you have to use what? It was clear to us from his email, 1 mark, what, 2 mark, from his email, what his opinion was. The complete answer is, it was clear to us from his email what his opinion was. 6, no one find Chiara's jokes amusing, and you have to use tells the jokes, and now optional, which or that. You can use them, one of them, or nothing. I repeat, the jokes which or that Chiaro tells, 1 mark, don't, 2 mark. I repeat, the jokes, optional, which that Chiaro tells, don't amuse anyone. That was the vocabulary and grammar review of unit number 11, and as you can see, exercise 3 is the exercise. Exercise 3, grammar, this is the exercise. In exercise 3, grammar, number 2, and what was the other one? And number 4 were serious problem in the majority of the classes. So mark these ones. Let's begin with listening practice. I'm going to attach to the chat the exercise. Give me a second. Well, this is test number 4, paper 4, listening part 1. This is the first part of listening that we are going to practice today. And this is the second part. But logically, first we have to finish part 1, and then when we finish part 1, we go to part 2. Please, everybody, read number 1, right? They are exactly 8 questions with their corresponding answers. Read the questions, read the answers, use your dictionaries in case you find something you don't understand. Use your dictionaries or translators. Prepare for the listening, right? Meanwhile, I will be preparing conditions. Well, friends, you know, because you noticed that I sent this listening, the audio of this listening practice to your WhatsApp group, so you must have it there. I'm going to give you some extra minutes for you to, if necessary, for you to listen to it again. Take this exercise serious. Make an effort to get good results. We are training listening. Some more minutes. As soon as you finish, when you feel prepared to answer, send me a message. Very good, friends, because Laura finished, Celia finished, Alex too, and Jose and Gemma. So let's check this. Now, listen. In number one, what is your answer? A, B, or C? For Jose is B, for Maria is A, for Gemma is B. For Laura is B, for Alex is C, for Celia is letter C. Well, the answer is C. It's noisy. So in number one, the correct answer is letter C. Let's go to two. You hear someone talking about their job. What do they do? Nurse, firefighter, or police officer in number two. What is your answer? B for Laura, B for Alex, B for Celia, B for Jose, B for Gemma. Well, the answer for Cambridge is A, a nurse. And now, when I see that all of you say B, I am confused. I am very confused, you know? Why do you say that he is a firefighter?
I thought that was a firefighter because in the listening said that this person only can do the other person when had an accident or something like that to feel comfortable. And I thought the nurse has to heal it and not to do it comfortable, you know.
Sí, te entiendo, sí. But I want you to know that in English, nurse is more than a nurse. But let me Give me a second. I would like to hear to this again. Why are my students confused? Why? No. Friends, I think it's a nurse. Huh? Ah, this is a nurse. It is a nurse. A nurse. So in number one is letter C. In number two is letter A. And in number three, what's your opinion? Very good. We have many different opinions. According to Cambridge, my friends, it is letter B. So if you have B, perfect. Letter B, it has become dangerous. I repeat, in number one is letter C, number two is letter A, and now in number three, it is letter B. It's become dangerous. Let's go to number four. You hear someone talking about a famous actor. How does she know him? A, B, or C? In number four. For Maria is A, very clear. For Alex is C, very clear. For Celia is C. For Laura is letter C. And for Celia C, Laura C. And for Gemma A, Jose B. We have all the options. But the correct answer, please, and I want you to check it, is letter C. They went to school together. So people with letter C, you have another mark. 1C, 2A, 3B, 4C. They are exactly 8. So I need, as a student, I need 5 correct answers to pass this imaginary evaluation. In number 5, you hear someone ordering a meal in a restaurant. Which dish doesn't have salad included? A, B, or C? C for Laura. A for Alex. And nobody else. Ah, Celia's B. Well, Celia is correct. Number 5, the fish and chips, letter B. 6, you hear a tour guide talking to a group of visitors in a gallery. What does he tell them about the gallery? A, B, or C in number 6? B for Jose, B for Alex, B for Celia. Yes, friends, correct. It's letter B. Yes, it's advisable just to visit one section of it. Number 7, you hear a television weather forecast. What's the weather going to be like today in the east of the country? A, B, or C? Number 7. A for Alex, A for Laura, and Celia A. Yes. And Jose A, and Maria del Prado A, and Gemma A. Correct. A is correct. Rainy. 8, you hear a girl talking to her mother. Why does she want her mother's hat? A, B, or C? B for Alex, B for Maria del Prado, and Laura Diaz A. B for Jose, A for Celia, and B for Gemma. Friends, it's letter B. It's fashionable. Letter B. So check this. You need five correct answers. 1C, 2A, 3B, 4C, 5B, 6B, 7A, and 8B. Now let's go to the second part of the listening. The second part of the listening. I'm going to send it to you, but you have it here. Let me show you this one. This is the second part. I'm going to send it to you, to your WhatsApp group. Well, friends, you have the audio for this second part of the listening exercise in your WhatsApp group. Please, if you need, listen to it again and try to be serious when answering these questions, right? Remember the characteristic of this part. In the blank, sometimes you need only one word, but it can be one, it can be two, and sometimes it can be three words in the space in blank. Okay, take your time and tell me when you finish. Very good. Alex finished. Celia finished. And Gemma finished. Jose finished. Very good, friends. Well, listen everybody, because we don't have time. Look at the time. Dr. Brian has over 30 years of experience. 30 years of. He became interested when he was in residency training at UCLA. UCLA, capital letters. This is the University of California in Los Angeles, UCLA. Many of the fundamental surgical techniques have not really changed. 3 words, not really changed. The general population of women and men considering cosmetic procedures is 3 words, closer to 35. Closer, comparative closer, closer to 35. He is a specialist in 3 words, facial plastic surgery. Facial plastic surgery. Facial, F-A-C-I-A-L, facial plastic surgery. On his website, he says that cosmetic surgery can help a person with poor self-esteem. Poor self-esteem. Serious medical complications rarely, if ever, occur, 3 words, in competent hands. I repeat, in competent hands. In general, most patients are thrilled, happy, and require minimal care. Minimal care. His son's name is Nigel Bryan Jr. It's the same name as the doctor, the title, with Junior at the end, J.R. Jr. Dr. Bryan says it is a thrill and privilege to work with his own son, or son. Huh? The complete answer is own, O-W-N, own son, but with some is enough. Friends, the homework for next class is reading comprehension, and they are the 3 attached texts that I put on the chat. You see, moving house, part 1, part 2, and part 3. It's only 1 exercise, but 3 pages, right? This is the homework. Anyway, kids, as I know sometimes it's more comfortable for you, I will send it to you immediately after the class for you to have it in the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much. Look at the time. It's very late. Have a beautiful day and see you on Wednesday. Hugs and kisses for every one of you. Be nice, be gentle, be pretty, be handsome. Thank you, friends. Bye-bye. Bye, kids. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you very much for Laura, Celia, and Alex who participated in the speaking part of the class. Thank you. Bye-bye.